Alright guys, what's going on? This is Mini Guy Doug. Today we're going to be talking about something that is not exactly the newest to the market, but we haven't had them in for a little bit. This is the Dye CZR Plus, an upgrade from the CZR, the Rise, all these lines of Proto Rail. It's the continuation of that family of guns. So, if you like this video and the update that we have for you, please subscribe to the channel, make sure you like, make sure you comment, and then of course we will catch you guys after the intro. Alright guys, so I chose to step in and do this one instead of Daddy Joel here because I actually shot the Dye Rise way back like 2016 to about 2018-ish or so until I got into shooting shockers. That was who our sponsor was for OSU at that point in time. So I'm actually pretty familiar with the platform and I figured I'd be a good person to talk about it. So let's get into it. First, talking price point. For your base colors, there are 4 of them and you will get those at about $350. There are 2 PGA colors out there. Those will come in at about $400. We'll try to list out the colors here. I don't talk all the way through them. But as far as what features are different, first I'll talk about the packaging. This comes in cardboard box. Got a little slip that we're going to get rid of. And also, don't worry about this. We'll talk about this in a little bit. He's for later. So, you come in, open it up in the front here. Opens all nice. You have your manual and your warranty card, unique to you. This does open as well. Don't need to tear this or rip it. And then your marker is just sitting right on top. We'll get to him in a sec. Get rid of the foam here, and you got your other essentials. Gives you a battery, little parts kit, barrel front, barrel back. Comes with 1 power insert as well, and then you will have a nice barrel stock. I don't know if it's branded or not. I know that's a comment some people have brought up before about Dye, whether or not they give you a branded barrel stock. This one does not seem to have that, so I'll leave that alone. But I know they have it for their flagship markers for the MXR, so I'll give them credit for that. Let's move this out of the way. I'm going to grab the battery for the sake of weighing this thing.
I think from a packaging perspective, Doug, like when you're talking about the Mini GS, the X 2.0, and the Ether 3, they're all
it's pretty
in
similar.
a box. I actually think from a packaging perspective on the low end with these markers,
I don't hate the way this is laid out.
Yeah, I actually like this maybe the most, you know.
You think so?
Yeah.
As far as
I don't really like
cardboard boxes go.
Yeah, right. You'd be surprised. Some people keep their stuff in, you know, beginner paintball players keep their stuff in those. So.
Keep it in good shape. So I'm gonna put the barrel on here, and then I'm just gonna put the battery on top of it. This is a not a metal barrel. This is is a composite, right?
1 second here.
Yeah, we gotta tear it. Is it zeroed?
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna lay the marker down, and then I'm going to lay the battery on top, just so we have it.
Yep. So we are at 1 pound, 14.2 ounces. For
1 pound, 14.2 ounces. So not bad. Not a heavy gun at all. So what's stuck around between the previous editions of this marker and the Rise? I know that's the Rise, and then the modern day. It's still the UL grip frame. The regulator is still the same. It really, to hold it, to use it, feels mostly the same, except one huge update: the trigger assembly and the trigger itself. This is very different to the trigger that I knew in the days of old. I had no issues with that one, but this does feel very nice. I like that it's a straight, almost kind of S-shaped curve. I think it feels good in the hands. I think this is going to play well. Plus, it looks like there's plenty of adjustment points as well, so you can probably do a lot with this. A huge update to this marker, we'll get to the barrel in a moment, is that it is now toolless bolt removal. I did give it a shot earlier, a little tough, a little stuck on there, but something we've noticed with like the Dye DSR Plus is that their tolerances are pretty tight at first with where the battery switches out in the foregrip. So break it in a little bit, it'll be no big deal. But they also updated on the ASA the on-off switch specifically. There we go, I'll put it right there for you. So this is actually going to match up with the DSR Plus. So if you're familiar with that, then you've seen this.
That's a game changer.
It is. Well, because also too, it really engages, it clicks. It gives you a little actual action there. So I love this. It was I should say, here, I'm going to look at this one.
Just a tiny one.
So on this one, it was just this little guy, which worked. It was fine, but a little annoying. And if it was like if you were for some reason under a lot of pressure, or if it was cold out, kind of tore your finger up a little bit getting it on and off. So love to see the improvement on that as well here. So let's see, we've covered the trigger, the ASA, the toolless bolt, and then there is also going to be the barrel here. So I want to take this off and talk about it for a second.
You get the Hyper 3 reg with it, which is a nice reg.
Yep.
It does still have a macro line. That is unique to the...
Yeah, this is the only marker in this price point that still has a macro line.
Yeah. I personally don't mind it, though.
It doesn't really... it's fine.
From a feel perspective, I think I actually like the feel of the CZR Plus the most out of between the Ether 3, the Mini, and the Axe. I think from an ergonomic perspective, pick that?
I'm between the Mini and the Rise, and the CZR, but I do like the CZR Plus ergonomics. It's the UL frame. The UL frame is known for being very comfortable in the hands.
Too,
it is, I guess, technically the longest of all the guns because there actually is the Ether 3 I think would be the longest.
Yeah, but that's a chode in the front.
It's a fat boy, right? So this is kind of like a good meat in the middle. I've always thought that this felt good in the hands, and it's funny because I still have my old Rise and I let my students at OSU use it if they come in and don't have a gun just yet, and they're like, "Oh, this is actually pretty nice." I'm like, "Yeah, it's actually not a bad marker." That's the one thing that Dye I will consistently say has done well is that actually their lower end markers. So again, this is composite. This isn't even like
plastic
carbon. Yeah, this is literally. Ow! Okay, goodbye. So I'm gonna have Joel grab that for me. But it takes power inserts, which they give you one. This is a 688, so you'll be able to shoot through most paint on this one, even if it's in the summertime. Would recommend looking into getting some additional inserts so you can shoot smaller paint, especially when it's colder out, or just because paint in general has been getting smaller over the years. But guys,
and Doug, check it out. There's even a hole in the back to kind of give you an indication
of what.
Does it fit perfectly to tell you what bore size it is?
I can read that just fine. 680.
Dude,
I can
get out of
right
here.
there.
That's cool.
That's pretty sweet. So it's ported. Cool. It's nice. Something cool though, guys. Say, because again, this is not a full length tip. This is like a Joel size tip right here.
13 inches.
So this barrel is not going to come in at the full size, but you can at Punisher's Paintball get on and find one of your Dye ULI tips here. I'm just gonna slide this bad boy out,
which are 14.5 inches.
Yep. So you're gonna add a whole inch and a half. You're gonna do the impossible and add length.
Cue the jokes.
That's right. So all those ads that you see on that one website, they do work. You can in fact improve length.
So
but it screws in. It actually becomes one whole barrel.
There you
go. Now
that looks sharp.
Ta-da! Doesn't that look sick?
Put it on the gun, Doug.
Let's see how well these match up. I would imagine they'd match up pretty well. So you take your gun from looking like a total beginner marker, which is fine, nothing wrong with that, to really upgrading your look and your style and still save. You're not breaking the bank at all. Look at this. That's amazing.
Very smart on their end.
I think that was a really good idea.
It makes it look really good, actually.
Plus, it's production cost savings for them, right? So it keeps the price down for the end user. Again, a very nice idea from Dye. Also, just to touch on a feature that this thing has, it does have a clamping feed neck still. They kept that feature. They rolled it forward. Looks like the same ability to turn the gun on and off and turn the eyes off. Everything else is going to be pretty much the same. It still has a composite eye pipe in here. This does not have the metal eye pipe that the MXR comes with, but that's fine. I've never had any issues with mine.
And that is definitely a unique feature with the CZR Plus.
Oh, yeah.
Is the eye system is one of the best. I think I like the eye system better than like the Axe or the, the Mini GS. I still think the Ether 3 takes it with the reflective system. But it is cool that they still include the eye pipe and the the breach sensor there.
This is definitely one of those things where they said if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and I get that. I understand. But guys, with the price point of $350, you can get yourself into paintball with an electronic marker that can shoot tournament modes. You can play events with this. You can play scenario. You can play rec. You can do whatever you want. You can join the NXL and technically go pro with this if you really saw it that far. So, guys, I mean, really, go ahead and find these in the link in the description here at Punisher's Paintball. We have all the upgraded barrel tips that you could want. We can even probably color match these things. We'll do a little bit of research to see if we can't Franken-part some old Rise or other CZR parts to get some cool color combos with these, like a blackout, black and purple, things like that. But stay tuned, leave a comment, let us know if you guys notice anything else about this marker or if you want to see any other comparison videos, and we will catch you guys in the next one.